Welcome to Tarot Tuesday for the week of December 16th. This is for Libra. Libra, we are at the end of Sagittarius season and it's going out with somewhat of a bang. We have a new moon on the 19th in Sagittarius. It's the last one of the year, so new beginnings starting there. Then followed up by the solstice on the 21st. It's when we move into Capricorn season. It is Yule. It is that point in the year where we have the shortest days and longest nights. We need to stoke our inner fires, and really that's where the new beginnings leading into the next cycle come. So we have the Lunar New Year is when the year of the snake ends. So this year, this whole year, we've been shedding parts of ourselves that we don't need anymore. Places and people have probably fallen out in ways that we didn't see coming. And by year of the horse, so Lunar New Year's late January, so we have from now until then to really integrate everything that we've learned and shed this year so that we can take off running when that horse comes. But we also have the luxury of this Yule, this solstice, being on the day where Jupiter squares Chiron. So Zeus, abundance, king of the gods, squaring off with Chiron, the wounded healer who can heal everybody but himself. That shadow needs to be integrated for us to really be and embody that Zeus. To embody Zeus, we need to really know everything about our weak spots so that we can move forward stronger. And it's not to call them weak spots anymore. So where we have shadow, say where we have our anger comes up, or fear comes up, or just addictive patterns come up, what is there under the surface? And know that we are all human. We are all meant to experience all of these flavors. It is just making sure that when we experience them, it is not detrimental to life and others, including ourselves. Yeah, they're healthy. They're healthy. It's healthy. I just saw something about tears. When leaders can show tears, it is a sign for the collective to release and heal whatever tensions within them as well. Yeah. All right, so here we go, Libra. I'm using the Starseed Oracle, and so the Starseed Oracle is to tie with this last moment of Sagittarius, and we can tie to the star seeds, especially Andromeda, which are the embodiment of what we think Sagittarius healed, healthy is those explorers, those adventurers. Yeah? Okay. So what do we have for Libra? A new earth. It's happening. Keep holding the vision. So Libra, right now we are in a time where we have a vision of what we want, and the key is to not let that go. The key is to keep making small movements, even if it's 15 minutes a day that you spend just focused on that goal. I'll also say to that, Libra, is that because we have so many ideas, we're an air sign, so we have all these ideas. And for myself, at least, for every thousands of ideas that I actually have, maybe 2 will land, is how fast it goes. So Libra, really getting it out of your head into reality, which can be making lists, can be making to-do lists, can be just, if you have like a thought, a word that you want to get written somewhere, write it down immediately, whatever way, record it if you have to. Get those thoughts out of your head and out somewhere where you can revisit them so that they don't just get stuck and dissolve into space. Sometimes they transform into other ideas, but really start writing shit down or getting them out so that you can hold this new vision. Yeah? The blue flame, spontaneous awakening, activation, integration time. And so doubling down on that. ideas can come out of nowhere. Ideas can happen, you know, I just took a walk, and that is a great place where I can have ideas. And while I'm normally listening to something, taking my own advice, yeah, pulling out the phone and just writing it down, voice recording a memo, things like that. It can come from anywhere, Libra. So you can be driving somewhere, and that's where you want a hands-free way of recording all of your brilliant ideas while you're sitting in traffic, yeah? Okay. The mix, how we bridge these two cards. Perspective. None of this matters. Zoom out, common ground. And so Libra, because we are living in our heads, air signs, up in the head, it's asking you to get perspective. And so sometimes I like to bounce ideas off of different people and not just the same person. You want to bounce it around, maybe like a coworker versus a close friend versus a family member. You're going to get different perspectives. Zoom out. Like I was saying, you know, if you have all this shit in your head, write it out, record it, give it to somebody else so that you get a different perspective of it. Just seeing it on paper versus, like when I used to journal, I would read something that I wrote from a month or two earlier and be like, wow, I was in a really weird fucking place. And that's fine. The perspective is also, you know, I walk basically the same route every day, but it could be just, you know, taking a walk somewhere else, deriving a different pattern to the same place that you go every day, taking a different route. Even like, so in yoga, doing inversions, so headstands, handstands, even down dog is considered an inversion. It's to flip your head, get a different perspective of the world, is what it's saying. Yeah, Libra. Well, it sounds like a very inspiring time for you. So let the world inspire you, let yourself inspire you, is where it sounds like it's coming from. And enjoy these new perspectives. All right, Libra, I'll see you next week. Bye.